619. In the 619. In the 619. Just another kid in the 619.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. EP4. Is it 4? Wicho?
Yes, sir.
4. EP4. I'm your boy, Big Rube.
June Buggy.
Crispy Padilla, Prophe-C.
Who? Tell her who, Wicho?
The usual.
The usual.
The usual.
Crispy. Crispy or Chris? What do you like more?
Probably, if you know me well, you could say crispy, but if you don't know me, it's weird.
So it's like a stranger. What is it, like strangers coming to you? What's up, Crispy?
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Are you weird?
You wouldn't be supposed to know that.
You wouldn't dab him up or yeah?
No.
That's weird.
Shake it with your left hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Why did they call you June Buggy? Like, how did that start, June?
That's a good question. Well, it started obviously just junior, and then I think Manny Cosio.
Okay.
He started calling me June, and then from there I just transformed to June Bug.
You know, I thought June Buggy was because you're like scared of like little animals, like insects.
No.
So I was like, maybe you got scared one time of a little bug, like, oh, June Buggy.
No, I'm not scared of bugs. I'm scared of birds.
Yeah, you're scared of birds. You're scared of
Birds.
like geese. Like
Bugs, I don't
anything.
like. If there's a spider, it could be a black widow. I'll kill it with my bare hand. But a bird, like if there was literally the smallest bird,
You would
I'm
freak out?
yeah,
freaking
the
out.
duck pond scares him when we
Freaking out.
Like when we lap it. Yeah,
My biggest fear is like a fucking ostrich.
oh, that's a big ass bird.
A
bro.
big bird, like a bird that's bigger than me. Big
At the
bird is
zoo,
my
you don't
biggest
see
fear.
it?
Oh, I won't go.
To the zoo?
No, I'll go to the zoo. I won't go to the ostrich place.
And they like duck their head.
Nah,
They're
dude.
scared. And they're fast. I heard they're fast.
Yeah,
they're
they
fast
run like
as
50
fuck.
miles per hour.
Yeah, like 50.
How scary is that? It's a bird that's like 7 foot tall.
Would you kick it if it comes running to you, or would you just hide?
You wouldn't be able to fight that.
Probably start boxing it.
No, you would lose.
Yeah,
Running 50, biggest fuck this wide.
you're done.
It's got a big body though. I can.
Yeah, oh yeah, like a bag.
Yeah.
The neck's so long, you just grab it around the neck, no?
Choking to death?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's gonna poke you too quick.
That's true.
See that's my biggest fear right there. Like if it starts
Nah,
pegging me and shit, dude, I'm done.
Probably be
I'll
yelling.
probably cry.
Yeah?
No, for real.
What if like you're walking with your son and the bird just takes your son?
Fuck
See,
that
like, your
son.
You,
Fuck
No,
them kids.
you run the opposite way?
I'll try my best, but I don't know. I'll try. It'll have to happen.
It'll have to happen.
It'll have to happen.
So, but you, Chris? Crispy? Prophe-C?
That's a broad question.
Yeah. What's new?
I'm just kidding.
What's new?
As far as what's coming, we have a show going on with Ray Riley. I'm gonna be opening there at Black Box on August 5th. And as far as what I've done, I had an album just dropped like a few months ago. So getting ready to roll out music videos and stuff like that for that.
What's the name of the album?
That one is called, well, the first one's Full of Life.
My
We're working,
favorite.
we need Full of Life too.
My favorite.
But this one's called 44 Forever. And
Why that? Why did you name it 44 Forever?
like just the 444 and the idea of like protection.
Yeah.
So this idea of like you always feel like destined to do what you're gonna do, which is like where my name comes from. So like somewhat deep, but like this idea of like I'm always gonna be me forever type shit.
I was gonna ask you that. Like, how did the name start?
Yeah, that was really what it was. Like, because Full of Life was about going from like being like a more negative person to trying to be a positive person and trying to say like I want to be full of life, not full of like feeling like life is difficult or some shit. Yeah. And then after I had that one, and that one's more like rappy, and then this one was more like venting and like wavy, and like I was producing a lot of it, and it was actually like slow tempo and like moody tempo. Yeah.
When you say on your song, I don't know which one, I don't think they do it or not, but you said 44 Forever, I can hear it in my soul.
Yeah.
I should say. That shit was,
Yeah, that was just like kind of that type of thing of like you're always gonna be you. So I feel like whether I'm like this age or next year, like I'm still me.
Yeah.
And like that's something as an artist you feel like as time goes on you want to like keep growing, but you don't want to like forget about like why you start making music. Because when you start making music, you have like a bunch of like hunger, and when you get older, you still have hunger, but you're thinking about like a bunch of other shit. Yeah, like breakfast. It's like you're that hungry in the beginning, and after time you're more like
fasting and shit.
You can like get off the gas pedal, like you might just like let it.
kinda like if you have a really
You're
good
still
song.
hungry though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're always hungry,
Right.
but you
You
figure
just-
out more things, you learn about more things, and your focus goes to like, well, it's not just making this music. Like when you're younger, it's just making the music. When you're older, you're like, oh, it's like
Now it's a brand.
There's more to it.
that, videos, like networking, like other things, shows, and all these things, merch, those type of things go in your head. And sometimes you forget about like music in itself, because like music is supposed to be something that like you dive into and you get in like your bubble.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes there's artists where like they might not like maybe they love performing. Maybe they don't like recording in the studio. Maybe they like the studio. Maybe they don't like touring and being like out all the time.
What do you consider yourself that? Do you think like you're more of a recording type of guy than like say like to perform? Or
I like being in the studio, but I like performing too. Like when you're actually on stage and you're hearing your song and it sounds good. Like some of my favorite like best memories are performing.
Yeah.
But I definitely think as far as like recording is like super therapeutic. Like when you record, you feel like good after. I don't know how to explain it.
No wonder.
Yeah, unless you can't get something that day. Like if
I mean, it's like your own diary.
yeah, it's like a journey.
Right?
Yeah,
but you're putting it on a beat and
it takes like
and you're in like your own room that like you're comfortable in. It's like
when you record, is it just
you're venting to yourself, kind of.
Yeah.
As
either it's usually just myself.
I'm
Sometimes
a rapper
it's
too.
Yeah, he's a rapper too.
That's why I know. That's why I know.
Sometimes it's with him.
No, that's why I know.
Lil Junior.
Lil Junior on the beat.
No, Junebug.
Or sometimes
Same
it's
shit.
with my my boy Lennon that I started making music with. So sometimes it's both of us, and sometimes it's just me. And like it depends if you're producing everything from scratch, like the beat, or if you just have a beat and you're just doing the vocals.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of times it is just you. I kind of like recording by myself better, honestly, because I feel like there's nobody there to like make you second guess what you're about to write or like what you're about to say. Because when people are around you, you might be like, oh well, maybe I need to say
you
like
fucking second guess yourself like fuck these songs.
or like he said, it's a journal. Like, would you write your journal in front of somebody and like
That's
show
weird.
them? Yeah, that's
That's
kind of how
weird.
you feel.
That's weird.
But some people love that. Some people love getting like the studio with a lot of people because they feel like that like brings energy and shit.
Yeah.
But I think if you're making like a hype song, then yeah. But
Yeah,
I think
because you
if
want
you're-
everybody to be hyped with you and shit in the studio.
I could see that too. Have you ever had like homies be over? Not like someone
Just
you're
let
gonna
it-
rap with,
uh-huh.
but just like let's just say like, hey, Ruben, Luis, and Junior, come over and just hear this shit out.
I don't know if I've had like a big group of people that are my friends. I've gone with my friends and they have friends, but then I don't know them that well.
You know what I feel like would make a like that different too is
Mhm.
like having some big ass speakers. And I've been
Yeah.
to your studio and like you have your whole setup. It's dope, but you don't have like I
Some
seen J.
enormous,
Cole shit, and he's got like
surround sound
these
shit.
like so when you record something and then you play it, then that
Sounds
shit's just
incredible.
like thumping and like
Mhm.
everyone's just like fuck, like that's hard instead of like being on a laptop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, sometimes that's a thing too, like getting actual studio time and not being on the computer at all sometimes helps people.
Yeah.
Where you have an engineer and you're like on the other side of glass or on the other side of a booth because then you're only here. But like I got so used to being hands on with my music that I almost feel weird not
being on
the computer.
Yeah.
I almost feel weird not being able to like.
So you
look
do
at my
all the
vocal.
editing and shit, like all your
Because you take a vocal and like
He's like Taylor Swift. 'Cause he does everything.
she does her vocals,
She does everything.
like
She
edits her
does.
vocals. Nah.
Edits her vocals? No, well,
Why not? Does she?
Or you mean like she does her?
well
or you
that's
mean-
something I thought that was something she was known for.
Or you
like,
mean
literally
produces
doing
her
everything.
beats? Probably makes.
I
her
thought
beats
she
and
did
stuff.
her beats, and she obviously she writes
she
her own
probably does.
songs. That's something for sure.
Or maybe
she
like
does.
when she
Writes her own
started, maybe not
songs.
now, but
You're probably right. I don't know. I actually don't know. But like, what's
I
it
thought it
called?
was something
all the
she was
Swifties
known
out there,
for.
let us know. Comment down
Yeah.
below if fucking Taylor
Start
Swift.
beef with Taylor Swift right now.
If
She
not,
doesn't do that.
if not,
shit.
she's whack as fuck. So you better defend her.
If not, she's got to get off the stage like Kanye, bro.
But yeah, I like being hands on with music because I feel like if I'm not hands on with music, you let someone else edit it, it might not.
It takes kind of credit, like it takes credit off your.
It might come out actually different, and you might not think it comes
That's what
out
happened on
different.
fucking episode 2, dog.
Episode 2,
Yeah.
fucking Pakistan.
Yeah,
They'll
Fuck
sacrifice their life for Pakistan, but not for our video.
Where can I get a
Yeah.
drink?
It's like
Where can we get a drink? Uli, please.
So like your vocal has like
Ooh,
like lots
my
of
shorts just
tone
unbuttoned.
in it. So some people like to take
My
out
shorts
a lot
just
of the
unbuttoned
bass
when I
of
went
your
down.
voice. Some people
Yeah,
like to
and then
take
like
out-
if you don't like, at the end of the day, you know what you like.
yeah,
So it's fucking.
and you're trying to like catch a vibe with it too. So if the
Thank you.
if the edit is bad from the
pissed.
beginning,
Maybe fucking you Darvish just throw a fastball.
if your edit's bad from the
Thank you.
beginning, you're not gonna like catch a vibe when you're recording.
Yeah.
So your edit's like really important, like as soon as you start. So that's another thing too.
It's crazy. Yeah. Did you ever like think about quitting? Like, is there times that you're like fucking frustrated with you? Like, fuck you, I should just stop.
I don't think I've ever been at a point where I was just gonna quit music, but I've definitely been at points where like I was frustrated. Like music didn't feel like as fulfilling as it was when I started, which is what I was talking about with hunger. It wasn't even that I don't want to make music. It was
Just
just like
lazy.
nah, it doesn't feel like you'll make music and it won't always feel rewarding. Like when you make a good song and you post it and people are like interacting with it, it feels really rewarding.
Yeah.
But sometimes you might be trying to record and you're not thinking of lyrics or you're not thinking of like new stuff. Because sometimes you kind of have to like live life, then record, live life, then record. And some people are recording all the time. I was never lazy, like, oh, I just don't want to make a song. it would be like I would try to make a song, I wouldn't catch a vibe, so then I would feel like I didn't have like the spark. And when you're young and you're starting, everything is like, if you've never recorded a song, anything you make is gonna be new and exciting. But once you made 100 songs, 200 songs, or 300 songs,
That would have
probably been at that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh well, I don't want to.
It's the same shit.
I don't want to do some shit that sounds like the last shit. But then you kind of do because if
the last shit was
it
good,
good, yeah.
like,
so then you're
as
like
far
the
as,
vibe,
like, right?
but then you can't be like exact. So that's a crazy thing about music that I've thought about. Where like, if you get any rappers' songs, they might have similar topics, but you got to say it in a different way, and you got to have a different beat, and you got to have a different tempo.
Yeah.
That's the only shit that makes it different. Other than that, it's the same shit, right? Like think about like reggaeton. Like if you played like 100 Bad Bunny songs, I'm sure some of them are gonna sound similar. But like he had to get in the studio and not feel like, oh, this shit is the same shit I made last week. Like,
That must be tough.
it's hard.
Because like, how much shit is there to talk about?
Mhm.
But I feel like that falls back on like, just journaling.
How much
Like you
of-
go through
yeah.
different shit every day,
Yeah.
so that's the different shit you could write about. I
Yeah.
guess. But
And that's when it's like, how much of a lyricist are you? Like you could rap generic, you could rap really specific, but then some people don't want to rap too specific about their life because they don't want to put their business.
Yeah.
So then you got to be like, I got to rap about my business, but not like
You control
deep.
yourself and shit like
Yeah.
everything out.
Yeah, there's artists that talk about that. Like I know Drake talks about like, oh, I used to say like exact names of people that like either did me dirty or someone I dated, and then blah blah, and then they're mad, and blah blah. He's like, oh, I regret that. And I was like, imagine you like say something crazy and that song gets 1 million views and you feel bad because you said something crazy. Yeah. So I never felt like quitting, but I definitely have had times where music like really like is like fulfilling, and times where music. But honestly, for the most part, it's always been fulfilling.
Yeah.
There's only been a few times where I've ever been like, man, like this shit isn't feeling like how it's supposed to feel. But the crazy thing is, I see so many people that try to get into music, which is good, but they stop really quick because they think
It's hard. They fucking think it's easy.
They think I'm gonna come in, make a good song, post it, and then if it's good, everyone's gonna share it. I know people that have made like super good songs, and that shit didn't go. I've met people that make okay songs and they marketed it good, and that's just fire. So it's like there's a lot of like little things that
Pros and cons
come into play, and then it's your opinion, dude. Like it's not like in sports, you know who the best person is because you can see who has like the home runs or the touchdowns or the whatever. Like in music, you can see somebody's hits, but before that, you don't know like who's good until a certain point. In like sports, you could tell like this person dominates like their game every time, right, at every level or whatever. In music, it's kind of like you could be a nobody for years, have one hit, and now everyone cares about it, right?
Yeah,
just like a one hit wonder.
like a little island boy.
And then from there, you have to prove that you're good enough to do it multiple times. If you just do it once, people only like a designer like Panda. Panda was like the sickest song for a while. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
like, that shit was like crazy.
I have a question. So, to be a good rapper, do you also have to be a good freestyler? Like, does that go hand in hand, or is there like good freestylers that aren't good rappers?
I think if you're a good freestyler, it helps because when you're in the studio, a lot of shit is freestyling, and then as you're freestyling, you hear something that you thought of, and then you do it and you record it, and it's a lot of that. But I'm sure you could do it. I mean, there's people who suck at freestyling and they're good. So I guess you don't have to be, but I just think it helps because I think a lot of good artists, they know how to like get in there. Huh?
Have you ever heard him freestyle?
No.
I have. It's pretty
nice.
good.
Pretty
Who
nice.
needs some serious?
It's pretty good.
Upstairs.
All right,
Like,
all
they
right,
can
all right,
be
all right.
freestyle.
Intermission. Can I get one too?
Yeah.
Fine, cut this out.
You Darvish.
Yeah, it's like, just throw it. Gentle though.
Slider.
Can I take a regular Modelo, please?
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
It's how you usually go.
Verga.
Sorry.
No, yeah, but on freestyling, I remember like my first year in college, like I went to like a rush event for a fraternity,
Mhm.
and they had like towards the end, like they had like a freestyle battle, and then like some dudes were just like freestyling, and then I want to say the one that did super good like got into the track too, but it was just funny because they were just like freestyling, and some like one guy was pretty good. And he was like this big tall white dude with glasses, like he looked like he didn't
Like
look
a
the
nerd?
part,
Like a
bro.
nerd,
He did
like
not
a
look
nerd?
the part.
Some shit.
And he was just like, I mean, he wasn't like anything crazy, but he was like he could rhyme, and he was pretty good. So
Yeah.
I think it's something. I don't know if it's like probably a natural gift, but then you gotta like hone it in too.
Yeah. I feel like you practice it. Some people love that shit.
Do you,
Like
do you practice freestyling?
when I started, I would a lot, and then as I got older, I was like, when I hear a beat, I do it every time. But like I don't.
I feel like you got to think though, like you're gonna get big because the reason you make music is to
Yeah.
what's your purpose for making music?
Yeah, you want it to go as big as possible. You want to reach as many
Right,
people
and
as
then
possible.
when you get there, you're gonna get on a show,
Freestyle.
whatever radio show, and they're gonna.
Most people spit verses that they already have written that's going to be on like the next album and is already on a beat. But
Yeah.
like it is cool when you hear people actually freestyling and like
And you've never heard it.
you
as
could
a song.
tell because
They mess
if
up.
it's too perfect,
Yeah.
then it's written. And if it's kind of like they're trying to capture the rapping about shit in the room, that's written.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Yeah, I've seen some like in Mexico too, when they like there's a guy talking and like he's like a rapero and he's just like he's outside trying to make money like
And he
of
just-
and he
yeah.
just talks about
But I
shit.
think those people are just like naturally born with that.
Like they're quick thinkers. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Mhm. It's a lot of that.
I would have a
do,
brain for it.
do you just see words as you're going, or do
I
you
think if
like
I
what?
go, I hear like something. Like I probably hear the rhyme word, because really the rhyme word, the last word, is like going to be the most important thing.
Yeah.
But then when I actually make songs, I do like 2 or 3 each bar, so there's like 3 bars rhyming at a time. So I can't get it as
Sounds like you're
complicated.
ready then.
But I
Sounds
can't
like
get it as
you're ready to do
complicated
right
as a
now.
song. But so then I feel that's more why I stopped, because I was like, oh, like my actual songs have better rhyme schemes than what I'm gonna freestyle. So I'm like, but I do it, yeah.
I got a question for you, Chris. How do you start making a song? Like, what's the starting point? Do you just start humming? Do you fucking? Go
That's
to the
actually
beat?
I actually think starting is always the hardest part, because you have to first find like if you're looking for beats, or if you're making a beat, you're finding like a melody or a sound that you like. Once you find a sound that you like and like the drums are hitting and everything, now you're like the topic is either gonna be like some shit I'm feeling or whatever. But that's what I mean by like you're freestyling until you have a pretty decent line, and then you're like, all right, that's a good starting line. And once you have a starting line, you know kind of like the sound, the end line that you're going for. So then I'll keep it like 2 or 4 bars, and then change it 2 or 4 bars. But like the beginning is always the hardest part, because there's times where like and finding like the flow that you want to put on the beat, because every beat you can have like a different kind of like rhythm on it. So it's like finding a rhythm, figuring out what my first line is gonna be, and then I usually get going pretty quick after that. But the beginning always like fucks me up. Or if you get stuck, like you write 6 lines, and then you're recording your 6 lines, and you might get stuck, and then you might need to come back.
Do
to
those first 6 lines kind of tell you like what the topic of that song is
Yeah.
gonna be?
Usually,
Right?
sometimes it
So the
happens
intro-
like really cool too, where like you hear it back and you're like, oh, this shit is like cohesive, like it has a topic. You weren't even
Right.
thinking it had a topic, and then you're listening to it back,
But
you're like,
because
oh,
of
shit.
the first bar, then
Uh-huh.
you kind of gave it that topic with the
Yeah.
next 6 or whatever.
Or the shit that you're freestyling might still be like on point to what you're doing. Because sometimes there's like filler bars where like you're just kind of like putting something there because it rhymes with shit, but it's not like the most important line.
Or
But
just
you
the matching theme of the song or something.
Yeah, but like my favorite artists, I feel like a Drake or a Dirk or like Kendrick or J. Cole, like those are like my top 4. I feel like Dirk actually will spit like a bunch of bars and actually have them like on topic in a sense, but then he might say something random as fuck and then still get back on topic. I think he's doing
that hard?
that. Well, I think he's
You?
doing what I'm telling you, where it's like you kind of need a rhyming word in there, so you just say something real quick and then you
A
get back
filler,
to the song.
like you said.
It's a filler, but he makes his fillers funny. Like the one I sent, he had one where he was like rapping, and in the middle he was like, "Bitch, my phone died. Charge my phone," and that shit rhymed with his
bitch, my phone died. Give me a charger. Yeah.
But it rhymed with the shit he was on, and then he went back on topic, or he changed the rhyme word. But you're hearing that, and you're like, "Damn, he really just thought of that on the spot." Because why the fuck would you say that?
Of all your songs that you have, which is your favorite song? Or give me your top 3.
Yeah, that's probably easier. Sounding, like there's sounding, and then there's like meaning.
No, just in general. Is that too hard?
A little bit. Let me think.
Are you asking like his favorite ones? Like,
that I ever
'cause there-
made.
for example, there could be favorite ones he likes to perform. There could be favorite ones he's ever written.
Yeah.
There could be favorite ones that. You know?
So
What do you
give us
say?
all of them.
My
Favorite one you ever written? Favorite one
Okay,
to
no,
perform?
okay. On that same question,
Okay.
like if you had to like pick 3 to like show like the best like
people, yeah, like the world.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, bad.
Mm.
Is like super like
Just want to hear that one.
the vibe of that just is like a very cool vibe that I was in, and I like everything, like the
Just
tempo
flows
and the
good.
beat,
Yeah.
But then like one song that I don't think is like my craziest lyrically, but every time I hear it, I'm like, that shit's still hard. Is like New Mood on Full of Life, and that might not be like somebody's like best one I ever had, but I just like it's hard not to like kind of. It's like a head bopper, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool to have a head bopper, and then on the new one, like dancing has like this feel that like people gravitate towards it, and it has like this slow like trippy type of feel that almost doesn't even sound like rap. Because I feel like my best songs,
Chill.
they almost sound like they're blending genres a little bit. So maybe like those 3.
So Bad, Dancing, and You Mood?
Yeah, or like 8 a.m. and Dago was like my favorite.
I think I got a shout out on that one.
Yeah, for a minute.
Yeah.
No, he would say he's a Jew.
No, he said,
Oh, yeah.
he said,
He
thank
thought I
God I
was
met
saying-
June Buggy. Talking about June
Dude, we
Buggy.
played
He
give
thought
him
I
so
was
much
calling
shit
him
for
a
like, fucking,
Jew.
like a good 4 months. Huh?
Yeah,
We give you
What?
shit for that. Like,
Oh,
for the
no,
lyrics?
they still do.
yeah. No, that one I felt like I was just like what I was talking about, where like every line after line after line was like on point with the story, and like nothing fell off, and like not a fucking line was wasted. And I wrote that like I was at work, and like I heard like a beat like driving to work.
Oh shit.
And I remember being like, bro, I have to like write this shit. Like
You fucking hammering and shit.
yeah,
fucking
like just
singing
like
and shit.
thinking of like lyrics, right? And then they didn't need me. I got called off. I was like, oh, but what are the
For
odds
work?
to get called off? Like, yeah, I was working every
Oh,
fucking
shit.
day. And they're like, oh, like you know what? I guess like no one told you we weren't working today. Type shit. I was like, oh shit. So then like literally like went back in my car and just like finished everything like just
Like on a paper.
everything. And I usually don't write everything start to finish. I wrote everything start to finish. Like,
That's crazy.
and I only had like the same 4 or 6 lines in my head. I told you.
Yeah.
Like I'll get 4 or 6 lines. I don't know that that's the start. And I knew I was gonna start it like that. And then I just had to like everything. So
In
that,
total, how long did that song take you to write?
like 30 minutes, like 20 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah, like
Fuck,
yeah,
dude.
max. Because I was like, that's what I mean. Sometimes you're in it. Like,
And he
sometimes-
thought about me in those
In
20
the zone.
minutes.
Okay. Question though. So did that like you had the beat in mind already, and then you wrote lyrics to it? Or
I
you
heard
wrote
it on the way there. So then I could catch like the flow of something,
Uh-huh.
and even if I'm not hearing the beat anymore, I could like know exactly
Remember
what
how
tempo
it
I was
sounded.
in. Yeah.
And you'll remember
Right.
how the beat sounds, so like recreate it, like
Tempo.
At
right?
that point, I'm following my words because yeah, like so that one goes like it's hard for me to remember the first line, but after I know the first line, I
Fuck,
remember the
dude.
whole
I
song.
don't remember either. I'm pretty
Yeah.
drunk. Told me she's
Let
a
me see.
dancer.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
line.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like so let's say I just have that line, but just think about it like this, so you understand. So then the whole rest of the day, I know it just has to go. So it's weird, and I don't need a beat anymore at that point.
yeah, because you already know how you're
Yeah,
gonna start
and it
it.
literally just has to stay on that, and it'll be on beat.
That's pretty crazy, bro. I feel like you have to have like a really good memory.
Yeah, I would forget.
Ah.
By the time you get to the house, like, what the fuck did I
Yeah,
say?
because I've had ideas or I've had like shit with like epiphanies, like oh fuck,
With
like,
songs?
no, in general, just ideas like oh shit, like damn, if I write this down, it's gonna make me a lot of money, and I'm like oh, I'll remember it.
And you don't.
Yeah, and I'm like
Just
oh,
forget.
fuck,
It happens to me too, where I always think like I'm gonna remember every song idea, and I don't, and I get mad at myself. So I started doing voice memos because I said all I need is the rhythm.
Mhm.
I started just doing voice memos to keep the rhythm.
And where do you send those?
It's just in my phone.
To the cloud?
No, like in my. Like, you ever had voice memos on your phone?
No.
It's an app.
Yeah.
You can talk in your phone and listen to the
Kinda
back.
like a
I'm
mic.
not a rapper.
You don't
Yeah,
have to
that
do
is a rapper ass app.
Nah,
that nobody-
I use it.
no,
too.
but I'm saying like no, like
So
and
what
most
do
people
you
wouldn't
use it for?
I use it like at Coachella. I have fucking
Chingas.
concerts. I have shit recorded on my phone, like concerts. Instead of recording it like that, I put a voice memo on, and then like it'll
So you just record the sound of
They
Coachella?
use it as a ringtone and shit later.
like I have recordings.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
that.
Chingo.
I think
Like-
I have like yeah. I mean, it's on my pot. Like
So you were like this for 46 minutes with voice memo?
I'm like this. I'm like this. Or sometimes I'm like
Wait,
this.
what?
No, because I'm at the
Oh, you're trying to pretend
I'm
that's
at
it?
the festival.
Pocket.
I'm at the festival. I'm like this, and it's playing. Sometimes I can put it in my front pocket. I just leave it a little bit out, like
Yeah, that's
that.
what I would
Yeah.
probably do if I was doing
Or like you could like fully describe your girl and just have your phone here. Be low key.
Or have a
Yeah.
pocket right here, like this shit right here.
That wouldn't. Yeah.
it. You can record like that.
Yeah, you can record
Those
like that.
are
That's
fun.
better capturing the moment, like
Yeah,
everyone
'cause
that's in
it's
front
fun.
of you and shit.
But yeah, so that's kind of how I get through like songs.
Like so, like okay, so like say like you're in a public place, but you want to remember something for later. Then
Yeah.
you bust that out.
Because I'm not there. Like that's the thing is sometimes you get an idea when you're not recording, and that's annoying.
Because even if you write it, like I feel like even if you write that on notes, like or like you just write it, you don't have your cadence. So that's
Exactly.
where the voice memo. Because
Mhm.
it sounds like that's what you need is your.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
things. Yeah, exactly
Oh,
that. Because then you're just gonna say it like I can't sing bad and be like bad for me, yeah, bad for me, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Why not?
bad for me,
Yeah.
You
The
know.
words have to like
This
move.
is pretty funny. So this guy was like, "Hey, dude, my friend plays music. Obviously, I know who you were, but
Yeah.
I never played your music." Cause,
Oh, the first time he told you?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I was like, "All right, fuck you. Show me a song, bro. You're fucking." And
Yeah,
and he
fuck
showed me
this
bad.
shit.
And you know, he showed me bad.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, it's pretty good."
Yeah, after you heard
And
it.
after
Crack
that,
a little smile.
And after that, shh, I have a tab.
No, he's actually in his
Yeah, the
top three.
Yeah, that was cool, bro. Thanks.
Top
top
three
three,
on
top
Apple
five
Music
Music,
every
yeah.
year. You know how like every year you have that
I do
chart?
play it a lot.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, that's how you know somebody like really listens.
Bro,
Like, if you're in there,
It was
top
literally
artist,
like
yeah.
Bad Bunny, Drake,
Yeah.
Prophe-C.
And you were top 3. It's because it's easy. Because one, I know you, so I think it makes it better.
It hits harder.
And then 2, I know the lyrics. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you like vibe out to it. Yeah.
And you're also different than like the normal San Diego rapper.
Yeah.
Like when I say normal, like just I guess just
who's the other San Diego rapper? Like,
I mean like my cousin,
well, your cousin's good because he's different too.
right?
Mhm.
right for San Diego, but
He
a lot
has a
of
super
San
East
Diego,
Coast vibe.
a lot of
Yeah.
And I have a super like wavy, I guess.
You have a
almost
super,
like in
like-
that, not in Atlanta, but like
catchy.
yeah,
It's catchy. It's like a Drake, but a lot of San Diego rappers are more like
West
It's
Coast rap.
super
the West
West
Coast.
Coast.
Yeah, the West
Yeah.
Coast
it's
goes like
super West
like,
Coast.
da,
It's
da,
like
da, da,
it's like they're
da,
not going
Yeah.
past the population
Like Still
here.
on Mafia, like
Yeah.
type shit.
Right.
Lil
It's not going
Marlo.
past
Man's
like
been
California.
putting me on some.
Whereas his
Yeah.
is more like I guess like catchy like Drake, Jack
Yeah.
Harlow vibe, like
Mhm.
and it could go further because
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah,
a West
there's-
Coast or East Coast. It's
Yeah,
kind
the
of like
range.
in the middle.
Mhm.
There's range exactly.
And that's something that I've thought about where like it'll either help me or hurt me because in California people like the California flow, which is like the typical like da 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 da.
in
But
California.
then it might be cool, like you said, like oh shit, like you're from here, but you have a sound like you're not from here. That's cool. It stands out.
Well, you had a lot of listeners in Texas.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Right.
somewhere-
TJ, bro.
right,
TJ.
TJ or whatever. Like
The
Yeah.
little paisas that are fucking bumpy and shit.
yeah, exactly. So it's like you never know, or
Spanish shit on the way.
yeah. So then it just depends. But then I also feel like, oh, maybe I should make like a little West Coast banger because that might be the thing that people here already listen to and already like, and they would like it, but they need to hear that from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like I understand like knowing how to do everything is important. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where like you don't want to like make art and then make sure you don't like. You know, that's kind of like what the fuck am I making art for then?
Like for example, I was gonna ask you like how often you listen to your own music.
What I was telling,
Oh, that's a
I
good
think
one.
I've told you this. When I'm making it, I'm listening to it so much, and then I gotta edit it. I export it, listen to my car, go back in the computer, fix it, export it. By the time it's out, I don't listen to it for like a couple months,
Just because you're like,
and then I
tired.
listen to it again.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, I edited that shit, listen to that shit like 100 times. Like you know when there's a song you like, when you play it out, I basically play out my own music from editing it.
Well, you have to.
And
It's not like you
listening
can.
to- yeah. But I like it, obviously.
Right.
And at that point, I just like other people to enjoy it, and other people to be like, "Oh, there's a."
And then you jump back on it.
And then
you
that kind of
enjoy
hypes me back to get back in it because you might put it on your story, and you might put it on your story, or whatever. Or someone might be like, "Oh, this bar, like, what do you mean?" Blah, blah. And then I'm like, "Oh shit, let me go back and let me hear it," and then it's cool again. Yeah. Not that it loses it, but it's like. I
Like,
don't
you,
know.
like it's like you crave it more.
Yeah, well, like imagine you drew something sick, but then like you looked at it every single day.
Yeah, wow, that's
Yeah, you
nice.
start to look at other shit, and then you like look at your painting again and be like, damn, like, that was hard to make, you know, but they're cool to make, but yeah,
because prior to dropping something, how many times? do you
like
think-
100, bro. Like, cause think about it, the whole
Or
time.
how many months?
It's like play,
have
stop, play, stop, record, stop, edit
So
the song,
hard.
stop, put it in your car, listen.
It's like impossible to forget the song.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you-
memory wise. Like if
That's
you-
how it gets easier to perform.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was gonna ask
Dude,
that.
I performed like when I performed at Black Box.
Yeah.
I had never practiced performing any of those songs. I didn't know if I was gonna know. I remember thinking like it was like
And
day
you're-
of, and I was
yeah.
like, wait, bro, do I
You
know
drank
all
a
this
little bit too, right?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I know all these. And if I don't know something, I'm like,
You just
you know,
don't
let
know,
that
like,
shit right out type shit.
It's
Well, no,
your-
you can't do that because it's a new album. No one's gonna know what the fuck the words are.
That was a new album.
Yeah,
You did
last
your
year
album
it was-
release?
Black Box. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
was the
some
release.
songs were old, like a Bad or Tuesday, but everything else I
Oh,
played
was-
was the whole album. So you
Oh,
can't be
okay.
like.
I probably heard it though.
You had heard
That's
it.
right.
Yeah, you
That's
had
right.
heard
I
it.
was confused.
So that's how that was, and that was cool. That was a cool experience. I'm gonna
Fuck, I
perform
missed
there
that
again
one.
with his cousin. Yeah, so you gotta go to that,
That
one.
one, August 5th.
He's been wanting that to happen for like a long
Yeah, I
time.
remember.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
help
put it
together.
because it's my cousin's
Is it gonna be in the
album
Black
release.
Box?
Yeah. Please,
Are we
bro.
going with you or what? You gonna pull
I
up?
mean, I'm free on Saturday. Yeah, I don't work.
It's in a
Well,
month.
August 5th,
Yeah.
Saturday.
So,
But yeah,
Am
so
I
that's
girls
actually
out
one of
am
my
I girls out of
dreams.
town?
Shit.
I might buy a bottle, bro.
Bottle service
Yeah.
at Black Box. No, but that's actually one of my like, not dreams, but it's something that I've always really wanted because obviously it's my cousin Ray
Right.
Riley, and then
Mhm.
one of my best friends like
Mhm.
performing together, and they're both make
Yeah.
music that I really like.
I'm from fucking San Diego.
Right,
Yeah,
that's true.
right.
That's the
Repping.
thing too. Is
Repping
like,
and not repping San Diego, but also like we said, he doesn't make like San Diego sound music,
Yeah.
and so doesn't Ray. Ray's like, I would say Ray's more like J. Cole, Kendrick, and he's more like Drake, Jack Harlow, like catchy, like good melodies,
Yeah,
and
vibe.
Ray's like a lyricist, but they're like different for San Diego for sure.
That's good.
Chris always sends me some shit before, and like I
Snippets
get,
or like
the
Oh,
whole
like
song.
the whole song.
The whole
Yeah.
song.
he'll send me the audio, and like I gotta ask him like, hey, could I send this to Ruben because I think this shit is so hard, and he'll be like, yeah. So I'll send it to Ruben. And like,
Or
fuck,
now,
let's
or
do
now
it.
we have like a little group chat.
we have a
Send
group
it.
chat where Chris sends it to both of us.
I learned. I was watching that I've always done sending to him, but I got in the habit of it because I was I had watched like a Dirk podcast, and he was saying like I have a group of people that I send all my music to first, and I don't release anything that my friends didn't like. So like the friends become like the tastemakers of the song.
Yeah,
They're gonna tell you like, so it's like him, people I make music with, they're like a close friend, and then I have some friends that are harsher than others. So I purposely have like one or two people that will be like, I didn't like this shit, or like not like that, but they'll be like, oh, like,
fix it, or like,
or I didn't like this, or like, this shit was too loud, or whatever.
Yeah, and you want that too because you don't want someone to just tell you what you want to hear.
Because a lot of people have like yes men, or they lose
yes
their mind
yeah.
if they don't have yes men. Like Kanye was known for shit like that, where like if he sends you that shit, like don't have an opinion, just listen to that shit. Like I don't want people to listen and feel like they can't have an opinion. Like, have your opinion, and like if 4 people get back to me and say that's just hard, and one person gets back to me and says it's like fix this, then I'll look into fixing that. But at least like
Yeah,
you don't want somebody lying to you either.
You're at 80% though at that point.
Do you ever make a song and say like you don't like it 100%, but it turns out to be fucking good and like what people like?
It's rare that I'll post something that I didn't like.
Okay.
Like I have shit in my computer that's like all unreleased shit, and I actually thought about going back re-edit. That's just kind of one of the things I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I'm finding songs that I made in like 2020 or 2019, and like I'm adding the second verse and like fixing the first verse because I'm like, bro, these songs are already here.
Do you think people crash like while they're singing, like while they're recording?
I don't know about that. I've never like recorded and been like, like
you're
I don't know how you're gonna make a song like fucking vocals and shit. Like if you're an ugly
You
crier.
never, actually, no, that's a good question. You've never felt like
I've been like
you've
singing
been so passionate about
Yeah.
like the lyrics you're saying that like you had to like hold up,
You're more like in your vibe like this, but I don't think you're like
not
crying.
coming in it.
like you're just really feeling it, like hype about it.
Oh, when I lost my voice,
There you go.
I had literally lost my voice,
Yes.
and I'm like pushing through it so you could hear like pain, I guess.
Almost like Mini Men. Like,
Yeah, so there's like an authenticity there, but not like crying.
Wait, wasn't Lost My Voice after the Padres?
Yeah, the Padres
Won
fucking won,
the
and I just lost
playoffs?
my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's
And
the
that was
record.
cool because it was on my birthday. They like had won their first playoff game in forever on my birthday.
Dude, I have a video that
It's
I've
just me
never
turning
heard your
up.
voice like that. This dude was in downtown, bro, and the players got on the bus because they
Yeah.
were out to, I think, LA after that series, right? And this guy was like, dude,
That's
I've
fucking
never
cool, like,
heard,
fuck
like,
LA,
he
all
sounded
that
like
shit.
Seth Rogen. Like, he was like, "Ah!" He was
Yeah,
just like
bro.
screaming his ass off. After he walked in the bus, he's like, that's the fucking man! That's the fucking man! I have a video, bro.
No,
I
but
have
hear
a
me
video.
out. The funniest part of that is I wasn't even like a baseball fan. I was just happy that like San Diego won.
Yeah.
I didn't even know like one player other than Tatis at that point.
Right.
Like this is the first year
You're
where I'm
just waiting for
following
him.
the whole season, like knowing everything.
Yeah.
So that was just like pride for like the city and feeling like what are the odds of that? And it was and I was drunk out of my mind. Like I usually don't get drunk, so like that was another.
Yeah,
thing.
you really don't get drunk.
But it was one of those things where it was just like I take a lot of pride in like having a sports team because we don't have the Chargers anymore, and like the Chargers were like my everything as far as like a sports team. See, like that'll get me more. That will make me cry more than doing a song, bro. Being like, bro, these fools left us, and like I love football. Like that's annoying. So
Fuck the
Should make a song.
Chargers.
yeah,
Hey, Ray, you hear that shit, Ray?
Fuck the Chargers.
yeah,
You hear
like
that shit, Ray?
Absolutely.
like I
fuck
can't
it.
support an LA Chargers. That's like dumb. That's like supporting an LA Padres. Like, that's dumb. Like what's the point?
You hate the LA Dodgers, but you go for the LA Chargers.
Yeah, it doesn't make
Fuck
sense
that.
to me.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's all over the place.
The only one that's okay is the Lakers because we don't have a basketball
That's
team
true.
regardless. So like if you're a Lakers fan from here, whatever, like it's the closest thing to you. But I feel that way, like pride in the city. And with music, I want to have pride in the fact that I'm from here, but I definitely think it's a city that's hard where people's first thought isn't to support you, it's to kind of be like,
I was gonna
oh,
say,
this
bro.
fool, yeah.
Like New York is different.
Yeah,
A lot
so
of haters.
in other places, they're hyped that there's a dude from Atlanta or New
That's
York
true.
that's like
San Diego
popping.
so Ramones were
Yeah,
haters.
it's
New
super
York
like
and
hatery.
Chicago are very much supportive. I think.
I think because we're by the border.
What does that have to do with it?
I think because we're fucking Mexican.
No,
I'm actually
I just
curious.
think there's a lot. No, but I just think there's a lot of hate for people. Like people in San Diego hate each other.
I love you guys.
No, not you. Like
We're fucking friends,
I feel
dude.
like no one wants to see each other. Like I don't know. I think there's just a lot of like not hate where it's like open hate.
Like
but
como
it's
envidia.
yeah,
Well,
envidia,
yeah, it's
there you go.
envy.
Jealousy
Envy's a
almost.
bitch. Yeah,
How do you say it?
envy. But the
Maybe
thing-
it's because not too many people. I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
not
it's
too many
this.
people have made it from here.
yeah.
Exactly.
If you
So
make
it's
a
like that-
song, my bad. But
No,
like
no.
if you make a song tomorrow and it's going up, and I'm a bitter person, I'll be like, oh, like why is that
Your
fool
shit isn't good.
blowing up and not me blowing up? But it could be that. It could be your shit is good. You know, how to promote that shit, whatever.
Whereas like Chicago, maybe it's like
The other
Kanye's
people-
already done it.
Yeah,
Polo G.
like the other
yeah,
people
all
would
these-
be trying to help you blow
Chance.
up and then become friends with you, and then later I have a song with you or something. That doesn't happen.
Could it be because there's not really like like a San Diego rapper? yet?
Right,
Like,
that's
no
what
one's
I'm
made it
thinking.
out
That's
yet.
what it is.
That's what I'm
Frankie
thinking.
J, baby.
Frankie J, yeah.
Hmm.
Is it Baby Bash from San Diego too?
There's like a couple. There's like people that have
Mario
like one
Lopez.
hit. Like the little Rob has the sun.
Oh,
The
Lil
sun
Rob,
go
that's
down.
cool.
I'll be ready to like. There's some
Summertime?
hits, but not like a guy who's like touring the world.
Like
off
Drake.
this shit.
Yeah.
So who's like a San Diego legend?
Rob Stone's dope.
Eesh.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I mean,
bro.
He has good
Yeah,
music.
it's
He has some good
like-
songs. There's a difference between like a legend to like Drake status. Obviously, there's nobody from here that you're
Tony
gonna.
Gwynn's a San Diego.
Yeah,
legend.
like that's a San Diego legend. But if he's
I'll say
talking about
Ray. I'll say
music,
Ray.
Yeah, you could argue Rob Stone just had
Ray?
a couple.
Oh,
of
Rey
songs.
Mysterio,
Yeah.
Ray Mysterio.
Mr. like 619.
I thought we were talking about
That's-
music.
No, like
No,
this
no,
is
I think
in
in
general.
general.
Oh, well then yeah, no. Then if we're talking about like to reach legendary, national, or
Like who would
global,
put? Yeah.
Yeah, Rey
Music-
Mysterio's
honestly,
number one.
honestly, musically, no. Musically, there's no one.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio would
Legend,
be
legend
Legend,
status.
yeah. They have
Made
a
it,
couple
yes.
hits.
Rob Stone, whatever.
Who got you into music? Is there like a specific person that was like, you know what, like I'm gonna do music because of him, or is it just you by yourself? You woke up one day and on like,
No, my friend Lennon is the person that I started making music with, and I remember like him really showing
shout him
me
out,
like,
shout him out, shout him out real quick. Shout out your boy Lennon.
shit. Go check out the music. We have to put the link in the bottom or something though.
We'll tag it in the
Yeah, we got to do it like that. That's the best way to do it. Just click on that. But he showed me how to make beats. He showed me how to record things, and like with editing and rapping, you develop your own style like a little bit. But for the most part, like the basics, like we learned with so much shit together. And he's probably the first person that told me like you could do it because I knew how to write like poems. I knew how to like kind of like make rhymes and shit. But he would show me like super like OG rappers like Tupac and like even people you would I don't know. Do you know who Big L is? Like people like that, like OG like East Coast rappers who like popped off for a year and died. But they
Oh,
were,
he's
like,
from the East Coast, right?
yeah, but people that he's from New York or Dominican Republic in New York. But I learned a lot about like hip hop culture from him, and then that actually had me thinking like why can't I do that? And then he's the first one that ever got like some
Well, you
software
do
on his
it.
computer where we could actually record it. And then I started listening to like shit on the radio by that point, and I would hear like Tyga, and I'd be like, Tyga's shit, like he can make some catchy shit, but Tyga's not gonna be like a GOAT. But there was a year where Tyga was like the biggest artist, and I remember really thinking to myself like, it's crazy that I have the memory. But I remember being in like 9th grade and thinking like, if Tyga could be the biggest artist in the world, and like to me he looks like so like whatever, then like why can't I be the biggest artist in the world? Like
yeah. So my brother was a big Tyga fan. And,
Chuppies?
yeah.
Choppies.
And he was like maybe 12 years old at this time. We were at Disneyland and we had no idea Tyga was going to be there. But my brother had all Last King shit on in Disneyland. And he ended up being there. Like, we had no idea.
That's crazy.
And then we thought, you know, he's going to see his shirt that he made, like Tyga and his
There's nobody
my
in
brother's hat.
fucking his
And he's
head.
young
Yeah.
at this point, right? He's
Who?
like
My
Chubby's
brother?
yeah.
Yeah, he's like
That's
12.
what I'm saying. He's young.
He's young.
Yeah.
Like, so Tyga's like, I think he was a Black China at the time. I don't really remember. It was like, but he had all his security guards, whatever. And then my brother, with his little fucking non-puberty voice, was like, Tyga, Tyga, wearing all his shit though, like wearing your clothes, bro. And Tyga looked at him, laughed, talked shit to a security guard, and was like this, and he was like,
yeah.
left him hanging. And like the security guard just pushed him
And like a
over.
kid, bro. Like
way.
a
A
kid.
kid, bro, wearing your shit. Like he's not just like, oh, he noticed you and he knew who you were.
It's probably the only
He was
kid in
decked
Disneyland
out.
wearing that.
Only
Like,
kid
just
wearing
that.
Last Kings.
That's crazy.
So it's like, bro,
That's like when you
He
lose
was
respect
laughing
to an
at
artist,
you
right?
lose respect to an artist, and you have to realize as an artist every single time. And I've told myself this a million times. Song goes up tomorrow. If somebody needs a picture, they get a picture. If somebody needs this, they get this. Why? Because that's who pays your bills. Like the people who pay your bills are like when his brother is wearing all that fool's merch.
I can only
That's
imagine
why
it's
he's
so
like-
hard to do it for everyone, right?
Not everyone,
But
or if
when
you're
someone,
eating.
when you have 1 out of 10, 15,000 people in
But I'm
Disneyland,
saying I don't
shit.
think I'd really ever be the type to bitch about it because people bitch about it like, oh, I can't go here and here and here. Like obviously, if I was eating or on a date with my girlfriend or something, I'd be like, wait, hold on, like let me blah blah.
it's
Or
hard.
like, don't
though.
make someone here take the picture or whatever. Like, if you want a selfie, like you take the selfie and we're there. But like, not
Yeah.
every literal person. I'm just saying, you see famous people complain about that shit, and I think I've made music long enough and wanted it long enough to be like
You're never gonna do that.
Like I understand that.
You're never too big for that moment.
Yeah, and like that's what pays your bills. Like if you're ever driving your fucking dream car because your song blew up, like The kid who's wearing all your shit is who paid for it, essentially.
Yeah.
Him and a million kids like him, or whoever, him and his dad, or whoever.
So that Tiger shit was just
So
crazy.
that was
Then
a
like
moment. Yeah.
my brother Anthony Williams was there too, and he started cussing out Tiger.
No way.
What did he do at that point? What did Tiger do when that happened?
When he was cussing him out.
Yeah, did he
I mean
care?
nothing, man. He's just gonna
What did he
keep
do?
walking.
Walk away?
He has all his security guards, but he's like,
And
"Fuck
did your
you,
brother not fuck
bitch."
with Tiger after that?
Who? People in general?
Oh, your brother.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Throw away the
That
shit.
was
Burned it, fucking.
Not burned it, but like if you
Throw away that. That's what I was thinking.
not burned it,
I would burn that.
not
shit.
not burned it, but if you think about it, like, I mean, he's like 12 at the time, bro. Like, didn't hit puberty.
Mom!
I remember him clearly. Like, I remember how his voice sounded when he was like, "Tiger, Tiger." I thought it was my mom and shit. But it was, yeah, he was like, I was like, bro,
I love it.
how do you not
Jumping
like,
into security.
that's crazy.
That's fucked up, bro.
And he was the fucked up thing too is that he was laughing at him. Like he didn't just like
That's
ignore.
weird.
Like he literally like if like to his security guard he was like look at this
Yeah.
little
Look
bitch.
at this little fucking.
Look at this little fucking guy.
Yeah, that's a dick, bro.
Like you motherfucker.
So yeah.
I think a lot of artists forget, like,
Where they came from.
yeah, your money
Yeah.
comes from everyone that goes to your show, and if you don't like treat people good, no one's about to show up to your show.
I mean, look what happened to him, though. I mean, he's really. What is he? I mean,
Yeah.
He has an
Shit,
OnlyFans. OnlyFans.
He has an OnlyFans where he just does pornos.
I feel
Yeah?
like if he makes
He does pornos.
if he makes a song, it'll be cool for a summer. Like I know he'll come back and make like
a feature.
a
or
cool
something, right?
song for the summer, but outside of that, it's like whatever.
Um, Are the mics still on? Are
Yeah.
the lights?
Yeah,
Another
yeah,
green.
both of them.
Says verde.
Verde me la
Yeah,
voy.
that's how I heard it right
Verde.
now.
Eres super está ahí. What, it's hot?
It's hot as fuck, dude.
You guys can move that a little
You
bit
guys want
too,
to take a
guys.
break? Or
No, just we can finish up. No, like, this.
Like I was
I'm
in like an
just
hour.
Okay.
Right now.
I don't.
Is that
Can
an
you
hour
move the fan to them?
Yeah.
Top?
Switch.
No, no.
Because the first video was like
Para
40 minutes.
Put it straight to
this one's
Vine, dude.
at 17 minutes. So we're like
Wait, what's the first one? Like 30
at
minutes?
40 minutes.
And we recorded an hour and a half with the girls, and then we cut it down to 25.
25.
So.
This one could be a little bit longer.
Yeah, this
This
one.
is
This
probably
one's
gonna be a
good.
little longer.
Like 30
This one's
minutes.
good top. This one's a good
That's a
top.
good one, man. You're pretty
Um,
good, bro. You're pretty good. Like at a podcast. Yeah.
Podcast,
You're
thanks.
natural.
have you done one before?
I was
I've
telling
been
him when
interviewed
you
a
went
couple
inside,
times.
I'm like, dude, Chris could talk for days, bro. Like Chris will
You got
talk your
fucking with your yachty
ear
and
off.
shit.
Yeah.
The nappy.
Right?
But it's weird though because when I first met you, you didn't talk at all. Like you're more like a shy person though.
Yeah.
The first time I met Chris actually was on some random ass jog, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Yeah,
How old
which
are
was
you guys?
what, like 7-8 years ago? Whatever.
But anyways, yeah, we met at a jog. So I was telling him,
On the light and shit, the street.
I saw him running, and I told him I want to go run with you. And then he was like, "Well, we run really early, like 6 a.m., 5 a.m. type shit." And like I showed up on time, and he was like, "What the fuck? Like people don't just show
You
up."
like
on
you
time."
swiped up on his story.
My
or what?
story, like I didn't even know him.
Yeah,
I just knew that. I just knew
that's
that.
weird.
No.
He's like, "This guy's kind of weird."
I just knew that he knew Chop.
Yeah, well, I
because
knew
from,
him
like
because
from
he would, yeah.
football and whatever. And I was going with my homie Antoine.
Mhm.
That's when I knew Chris was different though, because I told him what 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. whatever time we went on
You
that
said like
jog.
a
was
long
like
time
that.
so you don't pull up.
I was
Dude,
like,
About
no,
4 in the
he
morning.
was there
About
already
4:30 in
stretched
the
out.
morning.
I was there first.
He was there first, already stretched out and shit. I was like, damn, this motherfucker's about it. And then we went on our jog, and then the next day he was again,
And the rest is history.
and the rest. Yeah, he started showing me his music in his car, like he was just bumping his like unreleased shit. I was
And
like,
Bad at
bro,
the time was
Yeah.
like the unreleased shit.
Bad.
Bad was unreleased.
Exactly.
I showed him and Antoine.
That's crazy. Are your parents like do they fuck with your music? Like do you think like they support you how you like it, or you think they're just like because I mean your both parents are Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Because I know like Mexican parents like they like in my case like I played soccer all my life, and my mom was like, nah, I don't need to play soccer.
That's
You know they're not dude like Mexican parents they're fucking just realistic, but like no you gotta work, go to college. Nah, like are your parents like supporting like your music?
Yeah, in the beginning, like I would show them and they would tell me it was cool, but like I could tell like they weren't like into it, right?
Yeah.
And then like as I got better, I remember, I think it was like the Full of Life album probably, because I mean that's when
It
like
was,
I even noticed like a big jump of like skill, like
Yeah.
the way the song sounded and the way the music sounded. I remember them being like bro, like this is good, and like them actually like playing it
Does your parents
by
speak English?
themselves. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they
Mine-
started playing it by themselves, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I don't even think they ever would just like. And then obviously I have little siblings now, so I'm sure that they like wanted to play it, so then they play it too. Because my parents aren't like out here on Spotify and Apple Music shit like that, but my siblings are.
Yeah.
But they liked it, and I remember like when I played my last album to my mom, she was like crying.
Oh.
She was like, "Dude, like you got like so good, like it's crazy." Like she was basically
Did
telling
you
me.
cry? I would cry.
Yeah, same.
I would fucking be tearing it.
I'd be balling.
I didn't
Wanna
cry,
cry now?
but I
Like a
sure.
So back to like the freestyle topic, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, would you say that like it's a strong suit for you, or it's something? Yeah.
It's something that I could come up with. It's about how long you keep it going. Like freestyling isn't hard. Keeping it going for a long time and like not like taking breaks, but you do it every time you record.
Who would you say is like the best freestyle rapper right now, like active right now?
Juice WRLD was a goat. Tory Lanez is a goat.
Juice WRLD, the address.
Yeah, for real, for real. I love it.
Hey, so
Freestyle,
so
literally
if I
freestyle.
put a little beat, you can show something.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Just help me with topics.
Twisted Tea,
Because
Real
we
Friends.
schmacked. We're schmacked. Real friends.
Twisted Tea, real friends.
I would say like maybe just throw words out there as he goes, and
He's done it with me, so he kind of knows.
Alright,
I'll
He kind of knows how to do
All right,
it.
I'll
But
throw
those
the
are
words
cool.
out. I'll throw the words out, but you just
Yeah.
start it. You just start it.
On my start, I feel my body from the sea. We love this music, did this shit for free. We getting faded, we chilling, we off of Twisted Tea. I'm with my real friends that never pretend. I'm spitting off the top, I never put it in pretense. I've been that, rapping off the top, I need a word or two. Spitting what I can, motherfuckers never heard of you. I catch that shit like a pass. Randy Moss, I'm on their ass. I'm thinking about it, going quick, I'm going fast. I ace,
Table.
V ace, whatever, I needed all of it. Going through my mind, I'm running back, man, I'm out of it. I saw this shit. Like construction and shit. I'm going back up off the time. I think I'm upping and shit. I love my girl. I think I'm munching and shit. I found this shit. I'm going hard. I'm going off, but I'm above this shit. I'm running this shit. I'm off and on the back until I'm scoring. I'm riding in a whip and motherfuckers know I'm flooring. I go past 805 times in the high rise.
Tesla.
We all got a dream of something. Am I right there? And I can't get all turned up like a Tesla. Electric on my mind. I'm going quickly. Gonna check you. I need some bars. I'm messing up if I'm spitting heat. I need a line.
Beer.
I'm going crazy. I'm in me. I'm just rapping for my peers. I'm getting faded quickly. I've been had too many beers. I'm out here with this shit, but I can't on the steers. We all said our names in the beginning and said cheers. I'm trying to find this way until we go in ears. I'm trying to go up top. When you look up, that chandeliers. I'm trying to find my way, but I can't go in the and I can't rap to know that I'm in the And that's when I might need another word or something.
Walls.
But I've been spitting heat. I'm going hard. I know enough. The walls closed. I'm trying to find my best until the O's. I spitting heat with my bros.
June.
There's no O's. We in the month of June. I'm with my Brody June. We know it's just a lie. So I've been spitting high. I'm going eyes. I'm hypnotized. My shit with eyes. I'm going hard. I'm in the stars. I look somebody in their eyes. I seen the pain. I seen it twice. I try to find some shit. It's like my deeper purpose. I try to find some shit. It's like you feel too worthless. Timing going on and you know you're hurting. I want to spit some shit that matters. I deserve it. Sometimes you feel like you just didn't deserve it. Going hard, I'm spitting earth, just trying to find it back to earth. It's back to earth. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to find myself right back. It's because I rap right now. I spinning what the fuck I can until I'm done. Let my body numb. But what am I supposed to do? I'm done. Leave my body hung. And getting orders harder, and I knew that. I spit it what I can, and there's some things that I've been through that. I spit it back, but I can't back. I spit it on the ton of that. Yeah, check
Kill
that,
it, my boy.
That's right, bro.
That's it.
Come on, dude.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you for being here, bro. Just want to say a quick shout out to the boy Chris, Prophe-C, Crispy, whatever you want to call him. Call him Chris if you see him out in the street. Don't be approaching with Crispy
Don't say Chris.
because he won't dab you up. But just thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, this is your house, bro. Whenever you want to come back.
We'll have a follow-up episode after August 5th, huh?
Yeah,
there we
sure,
go.
August
Yeah, that'd be
5th.
sick. After
Showtime,
the show.
August 5th.
August 5th.
After the
August
show.
5th.
August 5th, yeah, Black Box. We'll be there, real friends. We'll be there. We'll have a banner, booth, party.
Sign autographs or some shit, you know. Taking
Banner,
pictures
dude.
with you guys. But August 5th.
Want to pack it out for sure.
Yeah,
Find
pack
it in
it
the
out
bio.
for sure.
The link.
Yeah,
for the
links in
show.
the bio.
I'll
Gonna get the
put.
show
I'll
going.
drop his IG there so you guys could go.
Get your tickets soon because it'll get hard to get in after it's packed.
Yeah.
Because I think me and Ray are gonna pack that shit out.
See you guys on August 5th and on EP 5, episode 5, guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you
Cheers,
for
guys.
having me. Thank you for having me. With the waters.
In the 619.
Oh, is this?
In the 619. Just another kid in the 619.
the 619, in the 619, in the 619, just another kid in the 619.